Hi ladies, today I will be doing a flower tutorial and showing you how to make these flowers. And I made them out of poly satin, which is a material that I found at Hobby Lobby, but you can make them out of any fabric that you find. Organza, regular fabric, whatever you want to make them out of. And this is a 5-petal flower that I made, and this is a 6-petal. So whatever you decide, however many petals you decide, that's how many circles you will need. Now for these flowers, I use 3-inch circles. If you want a smaller flower, you can use maybe like a 2-inch or a 2.5-inch. And to cut my circles, I just simply used a Fisker's circle template right here. And as you can see, my circles are not perfect. I'm not too picky. It really doesn't matter to me. So what I did to get started is I took a circle and I folded it in half. And then after I folded it in half, if your circle is even all the way around, it should match up the edges. But if it's not, then just make it even. And after I folded it in half, I folded it in half again. So what you end up with is a pie-shaped piece of fabric. And where the two ends meet, where I folded, that's where I'm going to sew. And all you're going to do is make a running stitch to go right across the top here. So I've started one already. And I'm just going to take my needle and I'm just going to do a simple in and then out motion with the needle, like so. Doesn't have to be straight or perfect. You want to kind of leave the same amount of fabric all the way, I'm sorry, not all the way, but for each petal, because if you don't, the petals will be uneven. So you want to kind of leave the same amount of fabric on each petal when you make the running stitch. So after I make the stitch, just pull it through. And here is this is going to be a 5-petal flower. So here is my flower. Now you can pull and space them out once you get them sewn together. But what I do, I take the last flower that I just put on, and I go to the first flower and I sew the two sides together. So I'm just gonna see how it just comes together like that.
Yeah.
And I keep sewing the sides until I'm completely satisfied with them. And it takes practice. And this petal right here is not tight, as you can see. So I'm just going to simply pull the stitch that I made right here, and I'm going to tighten it up. Then I'll just pull this like so. Okay, so okay. Once I have attached the two sides of the flowers, I'll just take my flower and I'll kind of space them out and put them all in, position. So now this is how your flower looks. Mine looks kind of funny. Would want to mess up when I'm doing a tutorial, but it's okay. Okay, so here's my flower. And I just pushed the the petals some of them are pushed in. I just push them the other way so they can kind of, look like petals. And what I do with the needle after I'm done, I double threaded my needle, so I have 2 pieces of thread. So I cut my thread And then I just take the two pieces and tie a knot. But however you secure your thread, it's totally up to you. This is how I find it's easy for me to do. Okay, and once I've done that, I just cut off my excess. Can't even talk. Thread. I take a circle. I just cut it out of cardstock, and I put some hot glue on it, and I adhere it to the back of my flower like this. Well, the circle looks kind of big, too big, but. And for the center of the flower, I use the Prima flower centers. And I'm gonna just hot glue one on the middle, the center of the flower. So, and I just cover, you see all this fabric where it has come together? I just kind of cover that up with the flower center. Now, you can use beads, you can use brads. I've seen people use vintage buttons. Whatever you like to put in the middle of your flowers. And also, these come in different colors. I've seen some black ones and some yellow ones, and they have different shapes, you know, to put in the center of your flowers. So, and here's our flower. So I hope you ladies enjoyed the tutorial. And like I said, you can make them either 5-petal or here's a 6-petal. And you can also change the size of the circles to make a smaller flower if you would like. Thank you for watching, ladies, and check out my blog. I'll put it down at in the description section. Thanks. Bye.